Good morning, Hoosiers, and welcome to Paper News 24/7, brought to you by the paper of Montgomery County Online in living color from the paper's control room in downtown Crawfordsville. I'm Stu Clampett with your top headlines for Tuesday, March 15th, 2011. Today's news is brought to you in part by the Indiana Poison Center. National Poison Prevention Week is March 20th through the 26th, but unintentional poisonings happen every day of the year. If you have a poison emergency in your home, call the Indiana Poison Center at 1-800-222-1222. In our top story today, as of this moment, Brennan Raynard might be able to wear his Marine uniform in the graduation ceremony at Crawfordsville High School because of a technicality. The discussion, however, is not over. At last Thursday's Crawfordsville School Board meeting at the Tuttle Middle School, board member Steve McLaughlin made a motion to allow Raynard to wear his uniform. That motion was seconded by Alan Plunkett, board member. Following the discussion, McLaughlin and Plunkett voted in favor of the motion, and Susan Albrecht, Dave Petrie, and Ellen Ball voted to abstain. Superintendent Kathy Steele said Monday that according to the Indiana School Board Association, the motion passed because there were 2 yes votes and no votes and 3 abstentions, and that there was a quorum present. It will be discussed further at the next board meeting. Meanwhile, the topic has generated much community interest. The paper has had numerous letters to the editor, and our news gathering partners at Wish TV 8 in Indianapolis are doing a story. You can read Montgomery County Veteran Service Officer Claude Johnson's thoughts on page A1 in today's edition under Montgomery Minute. Meanwhile, work begins on the culvert on Whitlock Avenue. The project to replace the culvert and do work associated with the project is expected to cost approximately $1.2 million and will be completed in the fall of 2012. Whitlock Avenue has been closed since September 22, 2009. In other news, Sheriff Mark Castile would like a private company to take responsibility for the nurse who treats the inmates at the Montgomery County Jail. He said, quote, "I don't think the sheriff needs to be in the medical business." He told that to the county commissioners on Monday. If Advanced Correctional Health Care takes on responsibility for the nurse, it will cost the county about $24,000 per year more than the county is paying now. Currently, the nurse is paid by the county. Through the end of the NCAA tournament, paper trivia questions will be all about college basketball. If you're a basketball trivia buff, just click on this tile on our homepage to go to the paper trivia section. If you answer the question correctly, you could win. Frank Phillips' guest this week on Frankly Speaking is Crawfordsville Parks and Recreation Director Roger Neal. Frankly Speaking can be found under webcast on the top navigation bar of our website. Also in today's paper, you can read about how declining tax revenues are impacting the South Montgomery School District, as well as read about Governor Daniels' request to Washington for aid to 39 counties in Indiana, including Montgomery County, following our severe weather this winter. Paper News 24/7 is brought to you in part by the Indiana Poison Center. Children act fast, but so do poisons. Call the Indiana Poison Center at 1-800-222-1222 for poison prevention tips. The Poison Center provides free treatment and prevention advice 24 hours a day. Local weather with Paul Poteet in Studio B and local sports with Candace Rohrman are both up next.
Bad wrecks happen to good people. That's why people take their wrecks to the good people at Gould's Body and Paint in Crawfordsville. Gould's will work with your insurance company to provide an accurate quote of your needed repairs. Then the I-CAR Gold Class specialists take over, restoring your vehicle to good as new. Gould's will service any make, any model, any type, or amount of damage. Just remember our motto. At Gould's Body and Paint, our business is a wreck.
Time for Tuesday weather. I'm Indiana's weatherman, meteorologist Paul Poteet from Studio B. The Crawfordsville forecast today, Montgomery County update, sponsored by Gould Body and Paint at 607 Waynetown Road in Crawfordsville. Diana or Don can give you some help if you give them a call. 364-1067, 364-1067. Gould Body and Paint, where their business is a wreck. Going to be some rain around today. It doesn't look like we have to worry about any heavy showers, light to moderate rainfall at times today. As far as how much will fall, doesn't look like it's going to get beyond about a half an inch. This map will show you where we could see some heavier rain, and that's mainly south of Richmond, east of Columbus. The amounts there could get up to just over a half an inch, otherwise a quarter to a half an inch for us today. Don't really expect any severe weather around, so just a little bit of a nuisance. We'll move this out of the way and things will improve quickly. Behind this system, which is an area of low pressure, you can see that it's centered this afternoon right over where we expect the heaviest rainfall in the southeastern part of the state. And once we lose that, which is going to be late tonight after midnight, then we're in for a couple of really nice days. And you'll really notice them too, because we're gaining about 3 minutes of daylight every day. The sunrise today just before 8 o'clock, and it sets tonight just before 8 p.m. Really noticeable when you've got a couple of days with no rain. And the weather map back out to the west is fairly quiet. That system you see to the northwest should not be a factor for us. So typically this time of year we'd have an average high of 51. If you can take one more day below average, then thumbs up for Thursday through the rest of the weekend. Here's our forecast from paulpoteet.com. Montgomery County will see some light to moderate rainfall today, and it should end sometime by later this evening. The high temperatures into the upper 40s, then tomorrow into the upper 50s. On Wednesday, a partly sunny sky. The wind won't be too bad tomorrow, but it will get breezier Wednesday night, and by Thursday, the highs will be closer to 70 degrees, upper 60s to around 70. Not quite enough for a St. Patrick's Day record, but I think that we should just have a parade to celebrate those above normal numbers. The winds could be gusty on Thursday, anywhere up to about 25 miles an hour. Frontal system comes with rain chances on Friday, but still up into the mid-60s. And then as we head into the weekend, around 60 on Saturday, upper 50s then, and then back into the 60s possibly by the time we get into Sunday. Good news is ahead. And more local news, weather, and sports is ahead also. Join me throughout the day for weather updates, including interactive radar. That's all available at paulpoteet.com. And I'll be back here soon with another weather update on Paper News 24/7.
I'm Bob Zahn of Zahn's Floor Covering, and floor covering is our passion for your home. At Zahn's, we offer ceramic, granite, marble, laminates, and beautiful natural hardwoods, and we do them better than anyone else. Come by Zahn's Floor Covering, see the flooring possibilities available to your home, all backed by personal service, professional installation, and a 3-year warranty. Come by Zahn's Floor Covering today and see why we want to be everywhere you walk.
I'm Candace Roden with your local sports for Tuesday. Baseball season has officially started as all 3 county teams had their first practice yesterday. The 3 teams will utilize practice in several different ways in preparation for their first games of the season. Each team will start having games during the last week of March. Don't forget to follow Montgomery County Sports at The Paper Sports on Twitter. That's your local news for Tuesday. For more information on these and other stories, visit our homepage or pick up a print copy of the paper in Montgomery County. For Paper News 24/7, I'm Candace Rorman. You stay classy, Crawfordsville.